Yeah, you're like the man who has it all. You're like successful business, just moved into a new premises, baby on the way, fucking got a cool car, surrounded by cool cars all the time.
I try.
Yeah, fucking oath. What's the feels like at the moment? Because obviously you've gone from, well, I don't know, you tell me. In the other spot, you're like, you had a good idea. You know, you liked being in, obviously you're a fabricator by trade.
Yeah.
You like the industry. You want to focus on cars. You sort of had a bit more of a scope of work before, and then you narrowed it down to just canopies.
So when I actually started, I went into heavy-fab, and that was what I wanted to do. I bought a generator, I bought a truck. You know, I went out to Kalgoorlie and I was fixing diggers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I pretty much just had like an epiphany, and I sort of said I didn't start a business to subcontract and have another boss. Like, you know, I didn't leave to have another boss somewhere else telling me what to do when I run my own business. And then the other thing was I was away. I was doing big hours and we wanted a kid at some point.
Yep.
And I didn't want to build a whole business where all I had to do was work away and then I couldn't come home. Like I had nothing to come home to.
Yeah.
You know, like you'd have to start your business again back home. So I just went, stuff it. We've got a bit of money now. We can do it. Let's buy the equipment we need. Let's get a workshop.
So the lead into like vehicular fabrication was semi-organic then?
Yeah, so when I started my apprenticeship, I was in Victoria and we were building ute trays and stuff like that. And then that was sort of, you know, in the back of my mind. And then I built my own one for the cruiser. Built that sort of between my old employer's workshop and my garage at home. And then with my old man. And then my old man actually sort of like semi-finished it, the tray. And then I just sort of said, I think I can make this better.
Yeah.
And then I made about 7 or 8 more on my ute since. But
Oh, really?
yeah.
So this was a case of, yeah, dude, this is like the perfect genesis of a business because you were doing something you were already doing, getting better at it, sharpening the sword, and then you have a moment where you're like, well, if I was to buy this, that's worth this much money. Why don't I make these and sell these?
Yeah, so I did that after the first one, and then, you know, since I've had the business, I've developed, and you know, we've changed the trays so many times, but we've got to a point now where we've got the equipment to do all the cool stuff and all the fancy stuff, and that's what we do.
Yeah, and I want to get really into the weeds with the fancy stuff because there's a lot of stuff as someone who, you know, I don't know much about a lot, you know, so when I look at it, I'm like, I don't know if this is really impressive or if it's just something that's blowing my mind, but we'll touch on that a bit later.
Yeah.
The progress of building trays, because you're sort of making something that is super bespoke and also is serving ideally supreme purpose.
Yeah.
You know, because I know, like, obviously, you know, I look at George's tray, he's like, essentially it's a work ute for tax purposes, but then when you go camping, you're like, this thing, every time you have like a new activity or new task, he like pulls out a new drawer or slides open something, you're like, oh my God, this is so useful.
Yeah.
How do you go about like going through so many stages before you get to a point where you understand where the value is in these trays?
So I suppose we sort of go for the looks, but I've built them to be practical. So they've got tie downs everywhere. You know, they've got toolbox, like large size toolboxes. The canopy openings are big, so you can put big fridges in them. And, you know, all our drawers, we design them ourselves to match what people actually want.
Yeah.
So especially when we do like the heavy diesel mechanic ones, they've got drawers absolutely everywhere and doors and slide out bits here and there. And we use sort of like every bit of space we possibly can.
True. Is your main customer a business or just like people with personal use for their rigs?
There's no real main, to be honest. It's a bit of everyone. We just get it like a real mix.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we used to do obviously the snorkels and airboxes and stuff like that.
And you do none of that anymore?
We don't do anything besides trays and canopies.
Unreal.
Or our stuff that we sell on the website.
Yeah.
It's been hard, very, very hard to say no, but we've got to the point now where we have to say no. We will just let people down if we don't say no.
Yeah.
Because it's not enough hours in the day.
This is a thing, and like, sorry for the listeners who hear this basically every podcast, but in business, the ability to say no is like the biggest strength.
Yeah.
Because you say no to more stuff you don't want to do, so you can say yes to more stuff you do want to do.
Yeah.
And the result of that is getting really fucking good at doing the stuff you want to do.
Yeah, exactly right. And that's where we're at now.
Yeah.
You know, because that is our only focus. Like all we think about all day long is.
This episode is brought to you by one of Australia's largest privately owned transport and logistics companies, MGM Bulk. So if you're an MC operator or a mechanic and want to earn real money fast, MGM Bulk are offering an all expenses paid adventure to the Pilbara with flights, meals and accommodation covered. Meaning when it's time to fly out and return home, your pockets will not just be full, they will be overflowing. FIFO not your thing? There's also a wide range of roles available right here in the Southwest. More than 700 Australians build their career with MGM Bulk, and maybe now it's your turn. Visit mgmgroup.com.au/careers or stay up to date by following them on socials. And now, back to the podcast. Yeah.
So
your process from, like, say I come in and I've got to, fill in the blank and I want to put a tray on, or I want to put a canopy on the back.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like it when people come to you and they're like, this is exactly what I want? Or would you rather them come in and say, look, here's a utility for it. I want it to look cool. I want to sort of leave it to you. What's the preference there?
I sort of like both. It's good to have someone who comes in, they know what they want. They know what they want to fit in their canopy. They know the size they want. They, this and that. But then we don't really do super custom anymore because we just can't. So we do, this is our package. This is your options you can choose within our package to suit whatever you want.
Yep.
The only real custom thing we do is like the fitter setups. If someone wants a bigger drawer here or they want more shelves or
so like role specific.
Yeah. So with our touring setups, for the most of it, it's not necessarily custom. It's like, this is our tray. The tray is always going to be the same. You can choose if it has a trundle or it has a water tank, but the rear boxes are always there.
Yeah.
You can choose if you want tray sides or not. And then the inside fit out, we have, even the canopies, we only have a few different sizes you can choose from.
Right.
We don't do, 10 mil different on this one or that one. They're always within our sort of spec kind of thing.
So does that mean that you've got somewhat of a production line that you can maintain? Because if you're doing essentially the same, not the same thing, but if you've got, a handful of designs, you can sort of go, well, we need X amount of these today, but we'll actually do double that or triple that and have them on standby so when the next job comes in. Or you pass that again? Like what's your sort of batching process now?
It's been a bit hard. We literally just moved into our new premises. But obviously with our old premises, where we were getting to is we'd have stock of things. Our tailboards are the same because the trays are always the same width.
Yep.
Unless you go to your big American trucks and stuff, which have to be wider. But, we'll have 8 tailboards and, you'll go and press a batch of them. So one of my guys, Isaac, yesterday got just basically a pile of tailboards and just folded the whole lot. So now we've got a stack of them. And then our side profiles, they're the same. Our side profiles are the same, but obviously the length changes for different models or whatever.
Yep.
So the bulk of what we do is cruisers. I don't know why. It's probably because I got one, but they're 1800 long, the dual cabs. So, we at any given time could have 4 sets of trays worth of profiles for the sides.
Ready to go.
We try and batch stuff, because our laser cutter, which I don't know if you want to touch on that right now, but our laser cutter, we can nest a sheet. So we can basically say, we're going to do this, and then it will maximize it. So you put in how many parts you want to put in there. Yep. It'll tell you how many sheets you need, and it'll pick the size and it'll square it up and use the whole lot.
Are you telling me that it creates your cut sheets for you based off the amount of space you've got and what you're trying to cut?
So if you say, hypothetically, wanted to add 25 side profiles and you had a 2400 mil by 1200 sheet, you add that many to a parts list, and then that'll basically say, sheet 1, and it'll tell you how many sheets you need.
Yep.
And then it'll basically just nest it to make sure that it maximizes the sheet.
Wow. That's crazy.
Even if you add, you add like an under tray toolbox, you add a couple of brackets and this and that, it'll then, even then it won't just put like all the profiles on 10 sheets and then do the next thing. It'll put those parts in between the...
Dude, I wonder if I could get that to correlate with my print sheets. Because I literally spend at least an hour a day developing print sheets because, I get 10 businesses that want all different quantities of all different prints, and then I have to sit there and no, twist it that way, do that. But it sounds like you
just need to look into a nesting program. Our nesting program's built into the laser, which is great. But you can make, on our CAD software, we can make a nest. So you'd have a nest of parts, so to speak, and then you'll basically import that nest to your laser, and then they're already maximized for whatever size you have.
Right, that's crazy.
Yeah, so there's a nest, and then there's also like your individual DXF files.
So are you like, would you say you focus on, as the, you know, business owner, are you focusing on systems more, or are you because by the sounds of it, you've developed systems as you've gone along, and then you've had to develop those systems to expand with your expansion. What's sort of been the process for you there?
So for a very long time, I was on the tools, which is, well, I still sort of am, sort of not. It's a hard transition at the moment. It's a mental thing for me at the moment, is trying to like not do all the work.
Yeah.
But getting to that process I was out there. So every little mistake, I'd be out there with the guys and I go, what can we do? What can we change? Like we have equipment to do it. Like let's find a way to make this quicker, make this easier, and simplify things. So now the laser, like, it cuts everything perfectly square. Everything's always exactly the same. And for the bulk of it, we don't have a lot of RHS in our trays. A lot of it's pressings and stuff like that, which is cut with a laser, which means that it removes a lot of user error. Yeah. So like even our headboards are sheet metal. So we laser cut all of that, and we laser etch all our fold lines. So all our fold lines are already on our sheet on a flat pack.
And all your job is to just do literally the last step and do the fold.
Yeah, obviously there's different angles and stuff like that you need to remember. But I mean, we can etch it on there if we really want to. But most of the guys were doing the same tray. They got the same angle, would, you know, do the same thing. But
interesting. So is there, and I think I know the answer to this because I think you had a issue with this not so long ago. Is there like can other fabricators make your trays?
Well, go for it if you like, but I've made my side profiles way too hard to make.
Right. Because there is some legalities around people like copywriting their particular style or something like that.
Yeah. So like, you know, some companies have a trademark or whatever on certain portions of their tray and such, or, you know, a bulk amount of parts looking the same to create a product that looks basically the same kind of thing. Whereas our tray now doesn't really look like anything. It's too hard to replicate our exact profile with everything that we've incorporated into it. And then our pressed headboard, and I've made it really hard to, like, we can only just press our profiles. Like
as in you're working to the capacity of the
and we have to fold them in a particular order, otherwise you can't even fold it. So we have to. So there's we have a set specific order for each profile, and then it literally only just fits in our press because basically they'll like fold back and almost hit the jaw again. So yeah, I've tried my best to make something that's sort of unique to us, and then if someone tries to copy it, whatever. Like everyone knows it's ours now.
What's your like lead time look like? Like, are you how long does it take you to do these projects on average, and how long into the future are you booked?
Everyone asks me a lot about this. It's really hard to say exactly how long each one takes because we don't always do one exactly the same. So if we were doing a tray and canopy for a 79 dual cab, you know, with the team I've got, we could do 2 to 3 a week, 2 pretty comfortably, I would imagine. And that's, you know, without internals and stuff like that. And then, you know, we can do our fitter setup sort of week, sort of, so to speak. It's a lot of materials, but, you know, time frame wise, we can do them in about a week. But our lead time at the moment, if you booked a tray and canopy, it'd be probably February.
Wow. Because obviously there's build, install and paint. Do you offer the paint services as well? Not
in-house. So we get them all powder coated or painted, but that's through other suppliers around town.
Yeah, but that is part of your package.
Yeah. We don't sell raw packages.
So if I bought a car today and wanted something cool on the back, you'd say, we can take your car in February and deliver it to you in March?
You'd probably get your product in February. We don't need to take your car. So we have jigs for everything. We have.
So you build it off, and then you I come in one day and you go, back in under it, put it down, bolt it on.
Yeah. So we try to allow sort of, depending on how big it is, we like to have the car for about a week, just because it's sort of sometimes we have to jump in between other jobs, and people just have to understand that really.
Yeah, for sure. Also, like I said before, you're talking about a totally bespoke product.
Yeah.
You're talking about something that is literally made from raw parts into something that looks very fucking cool.
Yeah.
You know? Do you still get the buzz when you see...
Every time,
like some car, like whoever's car is pulling out for the first time with your canopy on the back, you just...
Every time.
Yeah.
Pretty much my entire staff, especially the guys that build them.
Yeah.
We stand back and we look at them and we go, that is fucking sick.
Yeah.
Almost every single time.
That's unreal.
And it always shocks us. Like there's cars that, you know, sometimes someone will have a bit of an idea and you go, oh, I don't know, that's going to look all right. But, or that color combo or whatever. And then we stand back and look at it and go, doesn't matter what we do, it seems to look good.
Yeah.
Like we're still happy with it. Like we still love it. It looks cool.
Yeah, that's fucking cool. I saw the specific part I was talking about before, where I don't know if it is cool in general, if it's just cool to me, was the door that opens up and then opens back the other way, like back inside the toolbox.
Yeah, so that's a hunting rig. So that guy, Trent, really good customer, he wanted to basically take that and go pig hunting and, you know, going up north and whatever, taking his dogs and stuff. And then you can open those doors in and then the dogs can just jump in and out as they need to, sort of thing.
Oh, and you're not driving along with wings. That's
yeah,
right here?
Yeah.
So
I mean, you're going to smash that on a tree or whatever. Like, and then, you know, you can just fold them straight in and it's easy. The dogs can jump in and out. And, but that package, the thing that I'm most proud about with that package is it looks cool. Like I've seen some that they look a bit homemade.
Yeah.
Like some, like, I mean, I'm sure there's plenty out. I haven't seen every train canopy, but a lot of the ones with the double swinging doors are a lot more, because we've got the gear to do all the laser cutting and this and that and all the fancy stuff. Like we're able to match it in and it doesn't stand out so much.
Yep.
So to speak.
There's definitely a lot of, it's funny you say homemade. There's a lot of shit that gets around in the fab world where there is a line in the sand between that looks like me and my mates did it in my backyard and it looks like your shit looks like a machine made every part of it. It looks like it's made by a robot.
Yeah.
You know, like you look at the way doors sit in and even it blows my mind that you guys can just get, you know, the handles that you have on your, like getting those to like land and smoothly shut is just fucking, it's magic to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's a bit of an art to it.
Yeah. Well, what's the process like there of learning? Like I'm thinking you get to a certain point where making a train canopy is fairly basic. It comes down to these micro adjustments that you're making along the way where you're like, this would be 100 times better if we could just get that to land perfectly. How do you get good at shit like that?
So my CAD guy, Cody, well, he's our supervisor as well, actually. He draws everything. You know, we draw every component of our build in a computer and we can 3D model it and we can zoom in to, you know, right in front of it and we know where the clearances are. We know where they aren't. We know we can hinge doors and see where they're going to hinge and what they're going to hit, what they're not going to hit.
True. So it's literally just relying on the technology beforehand to get it pinpoint accurate.
Well, yeah, but we've learnt a lot along the way of what does work and what doesn't in real life as well. Yeah, so we know the difference between the both.
Now you're starting to talk about trade secrets, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's wild because you'd be able to look at some shit from a mile out. You're like, yeah, you give that a shot. That's not going to work.
Yeah, I see, you know, sometimes I see things on Instagram and, you know, people have made a canopy at home or something like that and we go, your seal's going to pull off there.
Interesting.
Or it's not going to hinge right there or, you know, your gutters isn't big enough or...
Yeah.
You know,
that's
stuff like
crazy.
that.
That would be like you, however many years ago, making your second canopy.
Yeah.
And dude, you cut back to middle of second canopy that you made. You're probably looking at it like, this is it. This is the one. I know the fuck ups I made on round number one. This is going to be the best canopy.
Yeah.
I mean, surely you're not thinking I'm going to do this another 5 times.
Nah, I'm always thinking ahead what we can change, what we can make better.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
What's the, you said before, you know, you're on Instagram, you're looking at stuff. Let's talk about Instagram. Because speaking purely from a non-envious point of view, you started making content way after me and have just left me so far behind. You've had great success on TikTok. You've had great success on Instagram. I saw your post yesterday in the new workshop and I'm like, it's 4 hours old and it's got 1,200 likes. Like, what the fuck am I doing? You know?
So I have a new guy, Ryan.
Yeah.
And I'm going to name names of my workers because I'm proud of them. They're really good guys. So Ryan started with us and when he's not assembling components and stuff like that in the workshop, he's starting to make our videos. Wow. So I've come along. I mean, obviously up until a month ago or whatever, I was making all the videos myself. But
even then you had like reasonable success.
Well, yeah. But now Ryan's come along and, you know, so yesterday I had like this idea about this video and then I was like, oh, why don't we do some dumb shit and do some funny stuff, because people like funny stuff. Like, we don't have to be all serious. Like, they know what we build. That's not what we're trying to prove here.
Yeah.
And then what Ryan does is he captures it and he puts it into a video that actually is funny and has little clips of other stuff which makes sense. Like, you know, when I was talking about my fit out shop and then there was that car that sort of like backed in between and you sort of, he just creates something more professional. And when he actually came in, so we weren't looking for this person, like essentially. So Ryan approached us and he said, look, like I really want a job here. Like I want to be in this industry and I want to be in media and I want to, you know, I really like your business kind of thing. And I had a chat to him and I said, oh, why don't we put you on as, you know, like a month casual, and this is a new position to us. It's probably a new position to you essentially. We just need to learn from this.
Yeah. And
he has come in, blown us away. We offered him a full-time position within the first like week and a half.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just cool because when he was in his interview, he said, what do you want to see in 30 days out of me? And I said,
oh, this dude's going to be good.
I know. And he is a gun.
Yeah.
He is a gun. He's like impressive. And he said that. And I said, well, to be honest, I want our social media to look more professional. Like, we build a very nice product. We need, when you look at our feed, I want it to scream, these guys are paying attention in all aspects of their business kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
If that makes any sense.
And it's
more just like professional finishing of it.
Yeah, 100%. This goes back to the reality of business. You can have the best possible product, but if you don't know the vehicle to correctly market that product, you've got nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's such a weird, and also you being the business owner, well, you're a good fabricator, right?
Yeah.
And then you've got to be good at bookkeeping.
Yeah.
And by the time you get all the way down to marketing, you're like, fucking, are you serious? Like, what the fuck is this? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, organically, I feel like I'm better at marketing than I am anything else. I just have a boring product with uniforms and that. And you can only fucking make so many different clips for your pod. I'm not going to get into my thing. Point that I'm making is that marketing sort of hat that you have to wear at the start, you really have to have like a super sharp sword to make sure that you can get products moving so you can get to a point where you can hire Ryan and sort of take the weight off you a bit.
Yeah. So I've always enjoyed it. I really like making content, making videos, and I just find it fun. Like it's like a hobby for me almost.
Yeah.
And yeah, so like the marketing stuff hasn't really annoyed me, so to speak. There's been other things in the business that have annoyed me, but I think marketing's not.
The marketing, I like it when you have the time to do it. You know, I love, because I don't have any shortage of ideas. Like I've got so many fucking ideas. It's like, and you know, you have these little wins where you get like that. You know, you get the 16 Pro Max. So you've got good cameras. Then you go get the wireless mics. You're like, oh, even easier. Yeah. So now making a clip is just doing this, and this, and record, and you're good to go. But then it's like, you know, for me, I go to record something and it's like email pops up, or, you know, Riz comes in, I need this printed, and you're like, fuck, I like it when I have time to do it. And also I like it when you like batch the volume. So you can go, all right, I'm going to spend a day creating content, and then I'm going to either have it ready to post or edit, schedule, and then fucking, like at the moment I've got 6 clips ready to post over the next week.
Yeah.
So it's like the only stuff that I have to post is the stuff that comes organically. You know, it'll be like things you put in your story, doing a food review, if I do something with the whatever, you know?
Yeah, well, that's probably the biggest change now is I sort of, you know, I made videos and stuff and they look pretty cool, but I never invested enough time into it because I was always too busy doing other stuff.
Right. And it's not because you didn't have the fucking gumption to make them really cool. You go, no, I have a spare 15 minutes. I'll make a 30-second clip and post it, but I'm not going to go, maybe need some B-reel, or maybe I'll put a cool transition, or I'll put this text at the start. You say, oh, fuck me.
It's always like I wanted to do it, but it's just, it takes so much time.
Yeah.
To do it properly, it takes a lot of time. Whereas now, you know, I pay Ryan, that's his job other than doing whatever else he's doing.
Yeah.
And he's good at it. And I go out there, we spend half an hour making some funny clips or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I'm done. I go do whatever else like I want to do.
Has he got an office?
Yeah. Yeah.
You got like 16 new office spaces in your fucking multi-story complex.
So we got the admin, which is where Kiara is at the moment. And then we've got Cody's office supervisor and then my office.
Yeah.
And then it's got like a design room drawing. It's got like a drawing table and stuff like that. And he's just down there. So he's just out of the way of everyone. It's nice and quiet down there. It's in the aircon and
fucking oath.
It's got a nice little spot.
You wait. He's gonna you're welcome, Ryan. What I'm about to say. He's gonna come to you for a pay rise soon. Once that pay hits 20K, he's gonna be like, "Hey, I want to hit fucking 20K more." You know?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, play that out. Your page has 100,000 views. You're getting 20 new leads a day for people wanting trays. You've got the decision: do I expand and go fucking massive, or do I just charge more for the product and continue doing what we're doing?
Yeah.
Win, 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 you know? So if homeboy wants an extra X amount a year, you'd be like, fucking all right, dude.
Well, that was my sell point when I spoke to obviously the wife and Cody about the idea of hiring Ryan, was that marketing is probably our biggest income technically. Like obviously we need to do the job, but marketing is massive. You know, we wouldn't be selling trays and canopies to New South Wales and Queensland and Victoria and all that.
Dude, no shit.
Without marketing.
100%.
So that's all sales that, you know, we wouldn't have had. And then, so that's where I see that return on investment. So initially, like you might be looking and you go, oh, you're sitting there on the phone for an hour or two or whatever it is. But that hour or two pays off to 50,000 people that see your product.
Dude, I'm currently going through this internal conversation all the time. So I spend $30 a day on marketing. Minimum I spend 30. That's just on a Facebook campaign, which is very minimal.
Yeah.
Right? And then you go like, say you go 4 days is the longest time I've gone without a qualifiable lead. So you go 4 days times 30, looking at $120.
Yeah.
My minimum spend, if they meet my minimum spend, it doesn't matter about the $120.
Yeah.
Most likely they're actually going to like quadruple the minimum spend, and then you're like, oh, I could have spent double, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So if you go, all right, let's say he spent half an hour collecting content yesterday. He spends another 2 hours putting the video together. We're being very liberal with these numbers, right?
Yeah.
And then he spends another hour figuring out the caption and when he's going to post it and all the bullshit, right? So his cost you, you know, let's say 6 hours in billable hours.
Yeah.
And your post goes gangbusters in 4 hours. Like when I saw it was 4 hours old, it had over 1,000 likes.
Yeah.
He could have spent double the time on it and it's still worthwhile.
Yeah.
You know, because even if you don't get a direct call from that post, someone may see that post in 12 months' time and go like, these guys have been around so fucking long, and the trays are good, and I like Zac. Oh, yeah, give him the money.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's like the background to it is, you know, they don't want to just see your product. They want to see who makes it.
Yeah, who
they
are you?
want to see the person that sells it to you.
100%. You know, there's been this shift. How old are you?
27.
Fuck, man. That's crazy. You're 5 years younger than me. 6 years younger than me. There's been a shift, right? So when our parents were kids, you go to the fruit and veg market and you know the people that owned it, and you sort of like the people that owned it were probably at the checkout.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it was really sort of like, yeah, I'm supporting Frank and this is Frank's fucking Apple stand and I like paying Frank and I think Frank's product is good.
Yeah.
And you trusted the product because you trusted Frank.
Yeah.
Then there was this shift to, and like I feel like our generation, let's call it our generation, came to a point where we grew up where we didn't trust it unless it came in a plastic sealed bag with a logo on it with an expiry date. And then we're like, oh, this apple is good because it's shiny and it came from Coles and I know when I can eat it before. And you're like, what about Frank? You're like, fuck Frank. He could lie to me.
Yeah.
You know? Now there's been this shift where we've grown up and we're like, oh, Coles is more likely to lie to me than Frank.
Yeah.
I want to, where's Frank? And the problem is like Frank is now either dead or been bought out or been shut down by Coles.
Yeah.
And now that shift is coming back to blokes like us where we're front-facing business owners that believe in our product and we're also trying to get better all the time. Like there's never a day where you go like, oh, I've made the best canopy. You know, like there's never a day where I'm like, fuck yeah, uniforms sorted, you know, or podcast, this is the peak it's ever going to be. It's like, fuck no, we've got to this point to figure out how much better we can get.
Yeah.
And I think that's why you're being so handsomely rewarded at the moment with multiple leads, with being able to upgrade your workshop, with getting a nicer space, with getting staff members, with getting people like Ryan come along. And you've got the facilities to house him and the finances to bring him on board and reward him.
Yeah. We were so limited in our old shop. We needed more staff because we have the work leads and, you know, jobs booked in or booking in, but we had nowhere to put people.
Yeah.
You know, if we had to do like a final product assembly, we basically had to stop fab work because it took over the whole workshop. You can't get anything in and out the door. Like, so now it's fully separated. You can do 2 different tasks at once.
Yep.
And it's already showing how much better it is.
Yeah, and you're 7 days in?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. So what's talk to me about hiring staff? Because obviously going from, was there ever a moment where it was just you in your workshop?
Yeah, not very long. It was sort of a couple of weeks, and then I hired someone.
Yeah. And is that like, talk to me, is that scary?
At the time, no, because it's so hard to build a train canopy on your own. Well, not hard, but you got to move it around. You got to run around and get stuff. And when you run in a workshop, you don't want to close the door 15 times a day to go and get stuff.
Right.
Because you don't know exactly what you need at that point. You're not at the point where you do it every day and you know all the parts you need off the top of your head.
Right, right. Oh, you're almost still in that experimental phase of going like, I hope I need to go and get, I'm going to go and get this part. I hope that's the part that I need.
Yeah.
You get back, you hold it up, you're like, that wasn't the part. Now I've got to shut the door again. Interesting. So that moment, you're sort of like, I know that I need, like, say you've got like a list of everything that you're doing and you're working 12 hours a day, 5-6 days a week. Your equation was, well, if I can get someone that can take half of these jobs off my plate and it's going to cost me this much a week, then it's actually a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's, like I didn't think I'd get to how many staff we have now, but it's been a process for sure. But now now I've learned, basically started then, but now I've learned basically just put someone in each position. Right. There's so many aspects of our business that I can't wear every hat in the business. So we've sort of put someone in each spot to help me. Right.
Would you say that there are people in particular positions that are better at doing that thing than you?
Probably. Yeah. I reckon, like, I can fabricate, but when I go and fab something now, I'm better off getting one of the boys to do it because I'm doing 15 things at once. So I'll do something and then I'll leave and then I'll come back and go, what the fuck was I doing?
Yeah, where am I at?
Yeah, what did I do? What didn't I do?
Sheer repetition builds confidence as well. You know, like homeboy pressing the same, what was it, sides or something?
Yeah.
It's like the first one he's probably good at because he does it all the time anyway, but the 4th, the 8th and the 12th one he's doing is like with his eyes closed listening to a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can still, like, obviously I can still fabricate and there's not like, you know, I don't think I'm a shit boiler or anything like that. It's more just I've got too much going on. And it's been so hard for me to pull back from doing that.
Yeah, and you were saying before that's more of a mental game at the moment.
Yeah, because I feel like I'm doing nothing, but I make us more money by running the business and operations and sales and talking to customers. And
today's podcast is proudly brought to you by Bahlu Coffee Bar, located at 62A Beach Road. They're my favourite go-to coffee spot in Bunbury. They are my local. I really enjoy the brekkie wrap. I really enjoy the ham and cheese toasty, and I really enjoy the service that I get it when I go in there and enjoy their community spirit and vibe. At the moment, we've collaborated on the Bahlu and BLXCK INK tee, which has a super fun illustration of the cafe on the front of the tee. Check it out right here. If you want to get yours, go in store today or secure it on www.blackink.com.au. And now, back to the podcast.
All of that, then what I do, instead of doing the job that you can charge out at 100, 150 bucks an hour, I can charge myself out at 500 bucks an hour.
Yeah.
In comparison. Well, not necessarily, but you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. 100%.
Like no one else can get jobs within there that know everything that I know.
So what's your, like, when you started and you were doing heavy fab, what was your hourly rate?
It was like 120.
Right. And right now, as the was going to say like skilled tradie, as the business owner, as an entrepreneur, what do you think your hourly rate is now? Say if I were to say, hey, Zac, I want you to come on my podcast. I want to pull you away from your business. What would it cost me to have you? You're doing this for free. But what would it cost someone in that position asking you to come away from your business for, say, 2 hours? What would you want for 2 hours to justify being away from that money-making machine?
Couple of grand, I suppose. I don't know.
Wow.
$1,000. I don't know. It really depends on the day.
Yeah.
But building your business within your business is what I've found has been the best thing.
Do you have any mentors in that regard?
Nah, I've always thought about it, and I said, why don't I just see how I can do it first? It's a shit way to think about it probably, but, obviously lots of people get mentors and stuff like that, and then
I don't mean like paid mentors. I just mean like, are you surrounding yourself with other business owners?
100%. Sorry, I thought you meant like a paid like mentorship program.
Dude, if you got to pay them, they're fucking gay.
Yeah, 100%. My best friends in my life pretty much right now, well, some are business owners.
Yeah.
Because
the rest of the world's unrelatable to us. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Talking to people who have jobs and, talking about shit that's on TV, you're like, cousin, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to pay my bass. I don't give a fuck about maths.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so good that, well, Bunbury's cool. We have so many businesses that I work with or have worked with and maybe don't work with as much anymore, but I've made such great friendships.
Yeah.
And, if we have a problem with staff or whatever, we just call each other.
Yeah.
And we talk, and we're all going through the same shit. It's all relatable. Doesn't matter what side of the country you're on.
It also doesn't matter what industry you're in. It's all the same.
It's so relatable. Every part of it, staffing, kinks, bottlenecks, this and that, cash flow, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. So what would you say is your, like, when you zoom out of business, what would you say is your favorite part of it?
Probably the fact that my wife is having a kid and...
Wait, is it your kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
I'm having a kid with my wife.
There we go.
But, I'm not worried when she takes maternity leave. And when she does decide that she wants to come back, she can do what she wants. She can be in the office. She can work from home. She can...
How good.
I don't care. Whatever is best for us.
So you said right before we got going that you've essentially been an only child up until you're 20 years old. I have that in common.
Yeah, right.
Actually, yeah, up until I was 20 years old. And then sort of, adopted stepsisters, for lack of a better word, that were also around my age. Do you think there's a correlation between the two things, being an only child and being in business for yourself?
Maybe. I don't know. Probably never thought about it in that aspect, but
I've never thought about those two things specifically. I've got big thoughts around those two things, around business and being an only child. And I just there's a lot of things that you're saying that are sort of resonating with me as far as like internal truths go. And I think the focus on like my biggest thing, and I rant on about it on the podcast, again, sorry to the listener, but my biggest thing is like, I built this purely to be around my missus.
Yeah.
I just want to be around my missus all the time.
Yeah.
And you opened with, I was in business for myself and I'm spending all my life somewhere else, and then I've got to come home and figure out how to be at home.
Yeah, I didn't want to, I like sleeping in my own bed. I sleep in my own bed almost 365 days a year unless I'm on holidays.
Yeah, unless you're camping.
Yeah, or whatever, Yeah,
it's such a weird, like, I don't know. I think there's also a control aspect of it, when you're an only child, you have this weird sense of like, there's no like, what do you call it? The guardrails in bowling. There's nothing to bounce off with brothers and sisters. There's no one doing the learning before you, or no one teaching you, no one that you're teaching as far as like older and younger siblings go.
Yeah.
So you're sort of very like, you're independent. You know how to play Monopoly by yourself, which means you know how to be the banker and the one in jail.
Yeah.
And I think that speaks to being in business.
Even just like, minute part of that is like, like you never had to share with anyone. Like you always been that only person in the family that's a kid.
100%.
Like, not that I can't share anything, but I'm probably not as good as someone who's got 3 brothers and sisters.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. There's that meme where it's like the guy who goes on holiday with a friends group and complains that he doesn't get the best bedroom. It's like, he's an only child.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bloody weird. I think the like control aspect of my business is like I really like, you know, Monday morning you identify a problem, Monday afternoon solved.
Yeah.
You know, you can act quick. You have actually got like direct control over things that are happening in your life and in your business, and you have this really clear indicator of if I'm making money, it works.
Yeah.
You know, there's not this soft thing like, well, if I do this, my manager might or my supervisor thinks I'm like a good guy or good at my job. It's like, no, cunt, I made money this week. I'm a winner. You know?
Yeah, well, you've funded your family, essentially. Like, you know, you don't work for someone else and rely on the easier paycheck, which it's hard. It's not easy.
Dude, yeah, it's funny actually. The easier way of living is having no control.
Yeah.
And like little things like hoping that your boss pays you every week.
Yeah.
Hoping that they make super contributions.
Yeah.
Hoping that they're not making shitty decisions in upper management that might result in you just being redundant all of a sudden.
Yeah.
You know? It's like there is like a real actual feeling of control. But I want to go back to staff. So the reason that I sort of dived into your first staff member is I may or may not have, I don't know if I should disclose it on the podcast, but we're here, had like my first job interview with a potential staff member yesterday. And, you know, yeah, I'd say like I made like without a piece of paper or anything, I hired them, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm now in this position where I'm sort of going like exactly what I said before, like here's what my 12 hours looks like. If you can take 6 hours of that away from me, you can literally ask for whatever you want because I get all that time back.
Yeah.
And my time is not quite worth $1,000 an hour like yours might be, but I started thinking my time was worth about $120 an hour. I would say at the moment it's probably worth like $350. You know, if you just wanted to pull me out of my business, that's how much money I'm typically generating on a, you know, effective part of an hour of a day. And it's very confronting, the idea that someone's livelihood and well-being is now resting on your ability to run a good business.
Yeah.
Did you feel that pressure when you made that first hire?
Yeah. Yeah, you obviously want to keep people happy. You want to make sure they've got enough money and you want to be able to pay them every week. And, well, I didn't pay myself for 6-8 months maybe, something like that.
How were you living there? Were you just sort of like pulling out? Oh, really?
Yeah.
You purely lived on savings?
I didn't pay myself a wage for 6-8 months maybe.
Wow. And what was your opening wage, if you don't mind disclosing?
I think it was like $800 a week.
Yeah. Yeah, pennies.
Yeah.
You'd hate to know my wage that I've been paying myself for 2 years. It's fucking... I only just have to pay tax on it, put it that way.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
But also, you know, the business absorbs a lot being a business run from home as well. So, yeah, it's just interesting. Tell me about... So, you've got the laser cutter.
Yep.
What other machinery have you got that separates you as a fab shop?
Hydraulic press. It's not even a big press really. It's designed for aluminium. Well, you can fold steel on it, but it's not a very big press. But our materials are soft, they're easy to press, so we use a 80-ton press. Yeah. And then we've got pan brakes, guillotine. Nothing crazy. The laser's probably the coolest thing we've got.
I remember when you got that was like you were like a dog with two dicks to begin with.
Yeah.
You're like, fucking check this out.
Yeah.
And the maths of it was crazy. So at that point you were outsourcing all of your laser cutting.
Yeah.
And you were saying like, we've only got to run this for fucking 4 weeks or 6 weeks and we own it, and then everything past that is on us.
Well, it was more just like the turnaround times on things. It's just not necessarily that we've paid it off in that time, but the regeneration of what we can do and what we can actually achieve.
Yeah.
Is, you know, hypothetically that amount.
So are you doing anyone else's work with it, or you're just looking after yourself?
Nah, I mean, I could be if I really wanted to be, but it's not really what I want to do. We're more beneficial feeding our own workshop. Yeah. And making cool products and focusing on that rather than just being a laser cutting service. There's so many laser cutting services. There's one across the road from us at our new shop, and I'm good mates with him. Yeah. And I literally just send people there. Like, I don't...
Yeah, why not? Yeah. It's actually kind of handy having Elite Fab there. You can just sort of, all the stuff you don't want to do, you're like, he'll do it. And he will happily do it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
And Mark's great. He's a good person to talk to, and he's just genuinely a good guy.
Yeah. He's another good person where every time you go in there, business owner, he's always got time for a 2-minute chat.
Yeah.
And you can hit him with like, I'm fucking doing this, and he'll just, he's always like looking up, like he's got the bill down, he's like looking just through the bill of his hat, and he'll just give you some really good advice, but really quietly. And you're like, fuck, he's been doing this 10 years and it shows.
Yeah.
Like he just knows exactly where you're at and what you need to do next, and just keep doing the thing, Yeah. Yeah, he's handy.
Yeah.
What's, what is there like a circle? Cause there's a lot of fab shops in Bunbury. Is there, like, how many would there be, do you reckon? Are we talking like under 10, under 20?
I have no idea.
There'd be that many?
Oh, there's plenty of them, yeah.
Yeah, right. Is there much communication between fab shops, or is there really no need to?
Oh, I mean, I send people to all different sorts of fab shops for different things, but I don't really know what their work's like, essentially, because I never bought anything off them. I built my own stuff, but
yeah,
you know what I mean? I'm the type of person that I didn't do this to butt heads with everyone around town and be better than everyone else. Like, I just want a good life.
Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to achieve. So, there's other people that build trays and stuff like that. I'll go and chat to you for 40 minutes. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll be mates with you.
Yeah, that's our generation again. This idea that there's actual competition out there. It's like, no one's doing what I'm doing. And even if they were, like,
there's plenty of work for
there's
everyone.
Enough people here that we don't have to fucking worry.
No.
It's even, I have the occasional conversation about the competition that I have in the uniform space.
Yeah.
It's like, what, I'm going up against fucking Goliath? You think they're competition? You think I'm competition to them? They don't care about the pennies that I take off them.
No.
They do not give a fuck about me, dude.
No.
And if I walked in there, it's not like the manager's going to sit there like, oh, there's that outfit co guy.
No.
So, dude, the most annoying part about me is he probably sees me on his Facebook page every bloody 30 seconds,
Yeah. Yeah, we went to Full Drive Show on the weekend, and I was chatting to other tray builders that have, like, you'd be surprised. They're normally around about the same sort of size staff and similar scenario and all the rest of it as us. We're all very, with what we do, we're all very similar.
Yeah. Unless,
you get your massive ones, like, your big Norwells and stuff like that. But they've been around for however long.
Yeah, 100 years. Know. What's like the average price? What's the average price point of your trays or canopy? Sorry.
It's so dependent on what you choose, but you could be somewhere between 20 to, well, if it's just a tray, under 20, but anywhere between 20 and 50, 60.
Crazy.
But it just depends on how in depth we actually have to go, like how much we have to do.
Yep.
There's so many components in some of those builds, like the material list is insane. Like
Sorry, go on.
Oh, like some builds are like 400 plus parts, 500 parts sometimes. Like.
True. Must be fun. Like at the, it probably doesn't work exactly like this, but it must be fun at the final stage where you've like got all the bits and you're just putting it together.
Yeah, well, those parts are like individual cut parts and like plates and bolts and brackets, and it's insane.
Yeah. What's I got a really good bit of advice from he was rich at the time and now he's really rich. He said, never assume another man's spend. Don't think that because you wouldn't spend 60 grand on a tray or a canopy that someone out there wouldn't be more than happy to spend 60 grand on a tray.
Yeah.
With those bigger sales, which, I undoubtedly assume that when you write an invoice for 60 grand and that money hits your account, you're like, oh, fuck, that's 60 grand,
Yeah.
What are those characters like that spend that sort of money?
Those sort of guys are normally doing it for work. So, they're doing it as like a mining contractor, and their ute is their life. Their ute is like a rolling workshop, essentially. So, a lot of younger guys that are spending the bigger amounts.
Yeah. And typically they're spending it on cars that already cost 100 grand to begin with.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like, some guys are spending 200,000-300,000 on stuff, like on cars. Depending on what it is, but
yeah. Obviously, you're one of those young guys. How much money do you reckon you've spent on your cruiser, which is like a fucking icon of vehicles in Bunbury? It's crazy. I didn't realize how popular your bloody car is.
Why? Why'd you find out it was popular?
Because people that I don't know tell me about your car, and I'm like, are you talking about Zac from fucking Red Hot? It's like, yeah. I'm like, I know Zac. I know the guy you're talking about. I've spewed up next to it. It's not that impressive.
Yeah.
But obviously coming from someone who doesn't appreciate Land Cruisers.
Yeah. Sorry, what was the question again?
How much money have you spent on your car, do you reckon?
Nothing. It made me more money than I've spent on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I've gone through so many stages. You know, I've had full canopies, I've had half canopies, I've had shorter canopies, I've had trays, I've had different lift kits of different wheels. Well, actually, I've had the same wheels, but tires.
Yeah.
Lift sizes. I don't know. It's probably like if you were to build that, you probably spend 150 grand probably, and it doesn't even have a canopy on it. Like, that's just at least, I'd say. If you bought a brand new one now, I think the new ones are like 110 grand or something without even putting anything on the back of it.
It is bizarre, and they look very soft. Yeah. Yeah, like I obviously, you know, like hanging out with you and George, hanging out without the fucking friends group is nuts. Everyone has a cool car except me, you know. I've got a Toyota Hiace Commuter that's beat up, you know.
Yeah.
But you sort of like start paying attention. You're like, oh yeah, I guess they're pretty cool cars, and then you start paying attention to other cruisers, and you're like, oh, it actually takes those little things we're talking about, like the, you know, the fucking, he's got the running boards and the bigger wheels and the canopy, and he's got the little, you know, the what do you call it, the visor that hangs off the front of the windscreen, and
it's so hard for me to know even close to what I've actually spent on it, because you know, you get in it and you're in it every day, and you're so used to all these things that you forget how primitive they are when you get them. Yeah, like, you know, I was in one. Like, you know, we've had them come through the workshop and stuff like that, and you get in there and you go, oh, I forgot I did that and this and that, and oh, it doesn't have this. And
do you have Corby's interior?
Yeah,
you do.
I was one of his. I think I was like maybe his second proper customer, maybe.
Dude, I don't know how that guy isn't driving multiple Land Cruisers.
Yeah, everyone
should be getting his interior, and Deegan, you should be charging more for your interiors. He is like same ballpark as you, man. Bespoke, and shit that looks so cool.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. My car's got like the full diamond stitch.
Yeah, it does
door cards and stuff like that.
I remember. Have you got the center console as well?
I already had a console. I had I think so, Department of Interior or something.
Right.
Yeah, it's quite nice. But he's done like my little dash shade and stuff like that.
Yeah, dude, it's so nice. That's the sort of thing where you get in, you're like, oh, this is different.
Yeah.
This is very different.
Yeah, I get in and see like a standard one now, and I go, holy fuck.
Yeah. This looks like it belongs on a mine site.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and that's another example of like bespoke goods where, you know, if he had... Let's case study him for a second. Let's say you put a week and $5,000 into marketing his product. He could charge double. He would have an endless amount of leads, and it could. I'm pretty sure he works from home. You know what I mean? Like it would.
I think he's making good money now.
I don't doubt that he's making good money.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's making good money. What I'm saying is, when you're in that category, make all the money.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
If you've got 10 orders a week, charge double and do 5 orders a week.
Yeah.
You know, and if you want to spend your time making more money, do that. If not, go surf, go hang out, go bloody do your thing, you know?
100%.
Because if you're in that category of like you, if you're making stuff that it's like, dude, if you want cool shit that we make, that's what it costs. Yeah, that's my belief anyway. You can, you know, I can only charge so much for a uniform that you can go to bloody fill in the blank and get the exact same thing for this price.
Yeah.
I can only really go a little bit higher if I'm going to be adding service and delivery and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's interesting. Do you work like much in with ProTune at all?
So we used to do heaps of exhaust and stuff, but we just don't have the time. But
yeah, it sort of doesn't cross over now, does it?
Not really. Like, not with what I do as work, but we're really close. Like, I love those guys to death. They're bloody awesome.
Yeah. Cool as fuck.
Yeah.
I feel like both of them... Actually, no, I feel like more so Dan doesn't realise how cool his business is.
Yeah.
I was talking to the guys on the run the other day. I'm like, Dan seems to overlook the fact he has like the nicest workshop, works on the nicest cars.
Yeah, their workshop's like pristine.
It's crazy. You can like eat off the floor. It's ridiculous, you know?
Yeah.
But also, you know, if you're that way inclined, if you're a neat, tidy person... and you get into business and then you have that control aspect we're talking about, you're like, I'm going to have the nicest workshop.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it is.
And they do cool stuff. I I don't think they're really comparable to anyone down here.
No.
Not for what they do, like diesel tuning and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
It's so sick.
Yeah, fucking oath. Yeah, that's. I feel like it's funny actually because Dan, out of the blue, just messaged me one day. He's like, "Hey man, like just listen to your podcast. I'd love to go out for coffee one time if you got some spare time." And I was like, "Yeah, tomorrow." And I think it was like 6 a.m.
We're on the phone. He's like, I was just had a coffee with Jake. We spoke for like 2 or 3 hours. It was
yeah.
He's fucking cool, eh? And I was like, yeah,
it's nuts. We had that conversation. And then just became like best buddies.
Yeah.
Like now we call each other every few days. Like we see each other at least once a week. I went to his 30th. You know, so we go fucking sideways. But yeah, he's just like absorbed into the friends group. And I'm like, anyone notice that Dan's hanging around heaps now? And he's really cool.
Yeah. No, Dan. Yeah, obviously I get along with James as well. And then just the both of them are great.
Yeah. So talk to me. What are you looking forward to in fatherhood? This is like my whole year this year is just talking about being a parent.
Just having a little one that you feel like you're doing it for, I guess.
Yeah.
Just all the hard work and you can give your child the life that they deserve kind of thing. And
have you got like do you imagine moments with your child at particular ages that I'm looking forward to that. What are those moments you reckon?
I think I'm just going to take her everywhere. Hey? Gonna be my best little mate.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited. And we're having a girl, so that's pretty exciting as well.
Girl dad.
Yeah, I know.
Shit.
Pretty much all my mates are girl dads. Not all my mates, but a lot of my mates.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Fuck, yeah. Actually, it's interesting. One of my, I don't know if he wants it publicised. I've got one mate who they just found out they're having a boy. And, you sort of grow up thinking that you want a boy for some reason. If I ever get a dog, I'll get a boy dog. And if I ever have a kid, I want a son. And then, it didn't click for me until we were getting a dog. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get like a male bull terrier. And the third time I sort of said that and someone's like, why? Though it's a bad decision, both of those, why a male, why a bull terrier? I'm like, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
After the bull terrier is not a puppy, you can't really cuddle it ever.
Yeah.
And a male is just going to want to be dominant and piss on everything. And, you got to make the decision. Are you going to breed it? Are you not? And if you're not going to breed it, you got to. And I was like, oh, okay. So what, you get a girl dog? Absolutely. And then I got the most ridiculous little small cuddly girl dog. And I'm just like, I want to be a girl dad.
We have a little buddy Maltese Shih Tzu as well.
Yeah. Ridiculous the similarities we have, eh?
Yeah. We also got a big boy. Big Roddy.
Yeah.
Which you would have seen on the video yesterday.
How's the power struggle go with those two? Who's the boss?
Luca. Little girl.
Yeah.
Maltese Shih Tzu.
Checks out.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty funny sometimes. Not so much now. Benji's 9, but he's got bad arthritis and he's just done his knee. So he's pretty much with me all day, every day. But, throwback a few months ago or whatever, he'd be here. She's on the couch. She's above him, and they're just fighting. But he's so delicate with her.
Yeah.
He's a really placid dog. He's very soft.
It'd be those moments like the dog's meeting the baby.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah, Luca felt a little girl kick the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she was just like.
Are either of them interactive? Obviously there'd be some sort of awareness that Kiara's pregnant? Yeah,
I think Luca definitely.
Yeah.
Benji, I don't know. Benji is kind of, he's been with me forever and he'll do whatever I do. He'll follow me around everywhere I go. So I think he definitely I think he probably knows maybe, but he hasn't shown it. Whereas Luca definitely, she just won't leave Kiara alone.
Interesting. Is Luca Kiara's dog per se? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So she's been with her since she was a pup. And then I've had Benji since he was a pup.
So, Riz and I have both literally equally been a part of Louie's life, her entire life. But I definitely feel like Louie is my dog. She definitely chooses me.
Yeah.
It's so interesting how dogs do that though.
They'll choose their owner.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I remember growing up, all I wanted was our fucking cats. One of it, because we had twins, 2 twin cats. I just wanted one of them to choose me. And it's they both, either both chose mum or one chose mum and one chose dad, and dad had no interest in being the chosen one.
Yeah.
It's fucking come on, man, fuck.
But like, it's almost like Luca does love me and she'll cuddle me and do all the rest of it.
No doubt.
But I can tell that she loves Kiara way more.
Yeah.
Like, it's obvious.
Yeah. What's I don't quite understand. What's the deal with your rally car? Not rally car, what do you call
the
it?
Buggy.
Yeah, the buggy.
The off-road buggy.
Is that your off-road buggy?
It's my dad's.
Right.
Yeah, so, well, I've been driving it. So I drove it at Fink, and then we had a few dramas, and then Dad raced first couple of laps at Kalgoorlie, just went.
Yeah.
And then I raced the last one. But yeah, he sort of brought it over here. I brought it back after Fink, and then when you were doing Cal, and then my dad's like, just flies around everywhere and works, and like he works all around the country and stuff. So he doesn't really have a set home at the moment. So.
And now you've got a massive workshop. You get to house it for a while.
Yeah, it's sort of like good and bad. Like, it's cool, but it's more room that I need to put something in.
Yeah, yeah. Is it like, are you sponsored by different things, or is it just purely your dad's and you put Red Hot all over it? And
yeah, well, it was just we went and did Fink. I was driving, and I think it was Cal last year. I don't know. Dad's, I suppose he's probably pretty proud of me doing this sort of stuff. So he was happy to put our logos on there.
Yeah. What's your relationship like with your dad?
Yeah, good. We butt heads a little bit. Not so much. Oh, not so much anymore. But we're very close. And like his, what do I say? He's like an adult, but he's also like a mate.
Mm.
So, we can go out for a night on the piss and like have the best time ever, and he acts like one of the boys kind of thing.
Interesting.
But like I think I'm very stubborn, like, so a lot of it's me, but then he's, he grew up with a family of 5, so
yeah, it's
a bit different mentalities and stuff like that, whereas I'm pretty stubborn and like, this is my way, do it this way, kind of thing. What's
actually, I have my own personal history with your dad. Fucking at the grand final party, I'm just like, man, I smoke weed all day, every day. You're not going to tell me that it's not good. I fucking built a business smoking weed all day, every day. He's like, mate, do you really need it? And I was like, I don't need it. I like it, What do you mean do I need it? Fucking stupid question. Like, sure, like I need it. Like, I don't know. Fuck me, I don't know. I don't know. And then I ended up going sober for fucking 3 months just to prove that I could stop smoking, just to prove to this bloke that I spoke to at a party once that I could stop smoking weed. Yeah. It was bizarre. You're getting... I remember literally like doing 3 months and being like, this is all because of a conversation that I had with Zac's dad. Never met him before either. Yeah. It's not like we're boys.
He's the type of person that talks to everyone.
Yeah.
Like, who have a conversation. We go to racing events and we pretty much go about our stuff and just leave him, like, because when he's anywhere near like, you can't walk with him. You will stop every 3 seconds and talk to someone.
Have a yarn with someone. Yeah. Classic though.
Yeah.
Classic. That's what you want in an old man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
know a couple of boys that you meet their dad and you're like, fuck, the apple fell so far from the tree, rolled down the hill and around the corner because that cunt is weird and you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, we do have a good relationship. We talk every day. We've got like over 1,000 Snapchat score.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The old man's got Snapchat. That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we talk every single day, and he's a great man.
Mm.
Yeah. I'm just a stubborn fuck.
It's a fucking cool thing to have. Like, I've got a good relationship with my dad as well. I feel like maybe through having a business, because my dad had a business, like a fairly successful business for about 10 years, and I bought literally like a car and trailer for 75 grand and, sold it for heaps more than that 10 years later. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like he had a very static, linear business, whereas I've got a very dynamic, dimensional business, which I've sort of like transformed along the way to do more of what works and less of what doesn't. And maybe like the past couple of years especially, I feel like there's a bit of a, I don't know, I used to go to him with every problem and he typically had really good answers, and I feel like the problems that I'm having now, because of that different dynamic of what businesses we're in, I'm sort of having these like not like difficult questions, but they're just like, they're so in the weeds questions that I sort of like maybe don't have those conversations with my dad as much. But as far as like having a best mate that you talk about shit with, and when you're angry you call them up and have a,
Yeah.
have a squeak and do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's fucking cool. It's cool to have that relationship, especially like as an only child with your dad, as an only boy with your dad. Because, I mean, they're forever your superhero.
Probably the hardest thing for me, which probably leads to us sort of every now and then we'll butt our heads and stuff like that, is because we just, you know, he's on the other side of the country or he's in the NT or he's, you know, none of my, like, both my parents don't live here. It's just me, my wife, like our family through Kiara. Yeah. And then one of my cousins lives in Perth, but like, you know, pretty much all of my family is in Victoria. Like, you know, my grandparents, like all my uncles, aunties, all that sort of stuff.
Dude, all of my family except my mum and dad live in Victoria as well. We have so many similarities.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird. I had another. Oh, how would you feel your character development through being in business has progressed for you?
A lot.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't really feel like I'm the same person, to be honest. I understand people's problems more because obviously I deal with it all the time. I've had staff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a way different person than before I started my business, personally.
Yeah.
It's taught me a lot. I don't know how to say exactly how it's changed me, but yeah, I'm definitely...
Is it something that you're aware of?
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely know that I'm a lot nicer person.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes I can't.
Yeah, that's part of growing up as well.
Yeah.
Do you think the rate of improvement increases the longer you're in business as well?
I think so. Because you deal with so many problems in your life, in your daily life. Not problems, but you know what I mean? Like there's so many stresses and this and that. And that when you're in your personal life, you want to just enjoy people's company and you want to find out about them. You don't always really want to talk about yourself. I get sick of talking about myself. Like I deal with it every day. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, it's definitely interesting. I think that you always like, it's hard to make reference to what a normal life is, but if we just say you get your average Joe Blow, works Monday to Friday, works FIFO, you know what I mean? The amount of problems that they have to solve is quite minimal.
Yeah.
You know, and also the problems that they're solving at work, typically if they are in a problem solving position, they're not emotionally attached to those problems. So if they win or lose, it doesn't matter. Most of the time, like your boys, they're employees that do the same job over and over and over. So there's actually not that many problems to solve.
No.
And the only problems they're solving are shit they watch on reality TV.
Yeah.
Or, you know, the storylines in the shows that they're watching, or the stuff they're consuming on social media, or the little squabbles going on in the family, or maybe my missus said something that I don't like, or, you know, things that actually don't matter. And I feel like, you know, like you, I'm putting out 6 fires a day.
Yeah.
So by the time I get to my personal life, no shit, if the reality TV I watch gets too like busy with like, you know, clashes and that, I'm like, I actually can't be bothered watching this because I deal with so much shit. I just want to watch like baby animals just frolicking, you know what I mean? I just want to be relaxed and chill and just like be enjoyable entertainment.
Yeah.
I think your average person doesn't have to deal with problem solving in general.
No.
They almost look for it.
Yeah.
You know?
It's hard to switch off though, sometimes.
Yeah, switching off is for pussies, bro. That's why.
I need to switch off more. Like, obviously, so much of our business is social media and stuff like that. So, like, you know, it's constantly going.
Yeah, the constant metric
and you're like, oh, I'll just do this. Oh, I'll just do that.
Yeah.
Like, it's so easy to just do because it's on your phone.
What are your hobbies?
Work? No, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, just spend time with my wife, really. To be honest, we spend so much time together, but we never really get sick of each other.
Dude, you're like, you fucking, I only know like myself, and I think off the top of my head there was another 2. I know one of them, but like blokes who just love hanging out with their missus and do it as much as possible.
But like even the boys and stuff, you know, they all like her. Like they probably know they like her more than me. But
dude, your missus is fucking cool as.
Yeah.
She's right up there.
Yeah.
She is like you'd almost say she's one of the boys. She's that cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
To be fair though, she's literally like, as much as the boys have a friend group, like she is part of that friend group as much as any of the boys.
Yeah. But I don't know. I just like cars and stuff. It's just my hobby, you know. I guess it's not really a hobby. Like I don't play sport or anything like that. But
I think the biggest thing to switching off is having a hobby.
Yeah.
You know, like I find running is the best because when you're running and you're hurting, you can't think about work. Even if you want to, you can't think about work.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what it is. It's at finding a flow state in something that's so not to do with building canopies that you can't think about it. And I find like doing wheelies on a push bike is really good. Running is really good. Yeah, anything that doesn't take 100% of your capacity, it ends up bleeding back into work.
Yeah.
I feel.
Sometimes like Yara and I have gone on weekends away or something like that, and it's so good to just just like kind of just chill.
And also not be in those four walls.
Yeah.
You know? I've got it even worse because it's so easy to come and be in here. And this is where it all happens.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like desk is right there. I just check my emails.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just going to see how that video is performing. You know,
3 hours later.
That's right. 3 hours later, and you know, Riz has been walking backwards and forwards past the door to just check, but she knows not to interrupt me. And then all of a sudden, she's angry because it's Sunday afternoon and we haven't fill in the blank.
I do like the aspect of, like work, and then I go home.
Yeah, for sure, dude. You get to do the thing where you roll up the roller door in the morning, and you're like, work begins.
I actually press a button. Pretty cool.
Yeah, sick. Yeah, I fucking wander in here in bloody a singlet and pajamas and sit at my computer.
Yeah.
Bright light. All right, we're on. You know?
Yeah.
So what's the next? I know you've just like taken a big step up, and obviously, you know, baby on the way. There's plenty of things to be excited about. What's the next level for you? Where do we go from here?
At the moment, I just sort of want to semi enjoy it. Like we're doing another interview today, and I want that one more staff member, which is part of my transition to running the business more than working within the business.
Yep.
But just getting comfortable, getting my guys trained, keeping my guys happy, paying them enough, keeping them the morale up and all that sort of stuff, and then just enjoy it a bit.
Yeah. Just churn, really.
Have a little bit of time off here and there, and that's kind of the goal, is to be able to go away and fully just I could turn my phone off, it wouldn't matter kind of thing. Like that's my goal.
Do you listen to Eddie Hormozy?
Who?
Alex Hormozy. He's a good in the background. He's like a business coach, makes it sound like it's more. He offers like essentially mentoring. He owns acquisition.com, which is the mother company of the business school.
Yeah.
SKOOL. Have you heard of that? Fuck, I'm speaking Cantonese. But no, he does like, I want to say once or twice a week, he releases like half an hour long videos where he just sits down in front of a camera. He's got a camera above him and he has these big butcher's paper and he like draws his ideas as he's going.
Yeah.
It's just really easy to follow. And he's also like us, started from fucking nothing and now he's worth billions of dollars, and he's documented basically every step of the way.
Yeah.
So it's super, like I was watching one this morning literally about staff members and exactly what you're speaking about. They can be louder if they try.
Yeah.
But talking about being able to expand on your operation purely just by getting people who you think probably can't do your job as good as you, but in reality actually can.
Yeah.
And even if they're not as good as you in the first 6 months, it doesn't matter as long as they have the ability to keep that trajectory of learning accelerating all the time.
Yeah. So I've had guys come in and a lot of them we've sort of trained into what we want, essentially. And I'm now at the point where I know they can do it and I'm giving them that trust. And it's not even anything that they're doing. It's just me going, right, you actually need to stop doing this on the tools, this job that's right in front of you, and you need to think about the bigger picture and do what actually keeps the doors open.
Yeah. What's your perfect day look like? Like if everyone was doing their job and you had all the staff members that you think it took to run the operation, you don't have any financial pressures, you know, bubbling on that particular day. What does that day look like? When does it start and finish, and what are you doing?
I sort of get up, like this morning, my alarm goes off at 5:30 and I got up at 4:45 and I went, oh well, go to work.
I'm up.
Went to work. I made a whole price list on every single item that we sell before 7 o'clock, which is when the boys rock up. And then, I suppose the perfect day is basically everything runs smoothly. There's no problems. There's no spot fires to put out.
So you're still at the workshop. You would like to be at the workshop for 8-10 hours a day?
Yeah. Oh, ideally you'd be on holidays, but that's not going to happen every day. But yeah, like the perfect working day would be, I still like, working 6 till 5 or 7 till 5. I quite enjoy it. I work with a good bunch of guys and we have laughs and we carry on, and I've got a good supervisor that's coming up now and we work together, and sometimes we have problems. Like last week we had, like, it didn't necessarily work on like certain things, but we look back and we talk together and we're like, we just need to communicate more. And we said, like, yeah, Zach, we didn't get this done, but we moved a whole fucking workshop.
Yeah.
And we still got everything done that we wanted to get done. Like, yeah, it was a late night on Friday, but we still achieved everything that we set out to achieve, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, we did. But I don't know, I've probably gone on a bit of a tangent there, but my perfect day would be just things running smoothly and not necessarily 100% relying on me to fix problems all the time and stuff like that.
I think because obviously if you can answer that question, you can start building the answer in reality. And, probably you might be the same. My first perfect day was like just do enough work to make enough money to not have to drive a truck.
Yeah.
If I'm doing that, I fucking win. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then you sort of get 12 months of that and you're like, my perfect day looks like not working like a fucking animal for 12 hours and making ends meet.
Yeah.
And I'm sort of at the point now where I'm like, my perfect day looks like a day full of novelty. So novelty is doing something for the first time.
Yeah.
I really don't like doing the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
At the moment, I'm getting really deep into my sales process.
Yeah.
And I like it because every time a customer falls through either our email process, call process, or DM process, we're A/B testing things. So it's always just a little bit different.
Yeah.
But as soon as that process is locked in for each of those communication methods, I need to fucking pay someone to do that and then be doing something else because it's the repetitive shit that kills me.
Yeah.
I like a day that, like, at the moment I'm developing a brochure for a particular part of the podcast actually. And like I literally start with just the bare essentials of the information on the brochure. I'm like, what am I actually communicating here? How many pages should it be? Not worried about design or color or imagery or anything. It's like just the bare fucking bones of it. And I feel like I'm on an island in the middle of the ocean and no one's coming to save me, and I have to swim in the direction and choose it and stick to it until I get to safety.
Yeah.
And I fucking love that. Now that all this shit, we're like, pays are going to be fine this week. The rain's not going to come in. There's food in the fridge. We're good. Fuel's in the car. We're good. All right. Now give me hard shit to figure out.
Yeah.
And I think my perfect day at the moment looks like that. Figuring out hard shit and having the time to do it and not having any financial pressure for the bare essentials of living.
Yeah. I think definitely like just comfortable living is a great thing.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It slaps.
Yeah.
Yeah. That first time you do your pays and you look and you're like, there's money left over. I'm the fucking man. Hell yeah. All right. Is there any questions you have for me?
Nothing specific, I don't think.
8 inches. I know you were wondering.
Round.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, hot shit. All right, dude. Well, we've got an hour and a bit in the bag. You happy with that?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. All right, we'll be good to your mum because we're out. Today's podcast is proudly brought to you by Bahlu Coffee Bar, located at 62A Beach Road. They're my favourite go-to coffee spot in Bunbury. They are my local. I really enjoy the brekkie wrap. I really enjoy the ham and cheese toasty. And I really enjoy the service that I get it when I go in there and enjoy their community spirit and vibe. At the moment, we've collaborated on the Bahlu and Black Ink tea, which has a super fun illustration of the cafe on the front of the tea. Check it out right here. If you want to get yours, go in store today or secure it on www.blackink.com.au.